Hey everybody, Evan Strahl with Strahl Strength Systems. Today we're going to be covering two additional variations of the deadlift. These are going to be variations of your conventional deadlift, not sumo deadlift. And the ones that we're going to be talking about are going to be the Romanian deadlift and semi-straight legged deadlift. These are going to be extremely important for athletes just because it's going to really help ingrain that proper hip hinge pattern. Which is probably unarguably the most important motor pattern in all of sports, just because you have so many other ones that build off of it, and also obviously it's got your strongest muscle groups involved in it, and it's involved in absolutely everything you do throughout the day. So these ones are ones that I really like to concentrate on for athletes, and also they're going to have very high levels of glute activation as well as hammy erector activation too. So they're awesome accessory lifts for the deadlift, and also just awesome lifts in general for, I guess, girls trying to work on their booties, guys trying to get one too. And so so we're gonna go over it a little bit. So to start, we'll start with the Romanian deadlift. And for this one, compared to the conventional deadlift, the biggest difference is you're starting from the top and it's only like half the movement. But another really important difference in it is going to be that where in the conventional deadlift, it's usually pushed to have a neutral spine, neutral head, neutral everything. In the Romanian deadlift and the semi-straight legged deadlift, you're going to really try to over-exaggerate that arch position in your lower back just because it's going to help to activate your hamstrings more. So what you're going to do on this one to start, you're going to set up pretty much just like the normal conventional deadlift. So if you did about a hip width stance, but for this one, the only difference is I'm going to have my toes straight forward, no outward angle on the toes. So I'm going to be straight forward. Once you get your feet set in the right position, right under the hips, you're going to start the movement getting that nice big arch in your back, chest puffed out nice and far, head neutral, I guess. And then what you're going to do, you're just kind of pushing your butt back, trying to keep the shins as vertical as possible, only lowering it as low as you can maintain that arch position, then driving the hips through, trying to break the bar over your hips. So you got this right here, pushing the hips back, shins staying vertical, driving the hips through. On this one, probably the most important part of it, so it doesn't turn into a normal conventional deadlift, is going to be just really maintaining that vertical shin. So what I like to tell people is act like you have cement in your shoes. So you got to get your butt back. Shins aren't going anywhere though. Nothing's moving besides the hip joint and the knee joint. No ankle movement whatsoever. So that's going to be the basics of the Romanian deadlift. Now for the semi-straight legged deadlift, we're basically just taking it one step further, and we'll be starting off the ground for this one. So the two big principles are going to be the same. Back is arched, highly arched, and also shins are going to stay vertical. So it's going to look a lot like a normal conventional deadlift, but the hips are just going to start a lot higher. So you're going to be right here, shins vertical, nice arch in the back, weight on my heels, I'm just driving the hips through. Right there. Back arch, shins vertical, hips through. Shoulder in the front, not that you really need it, but so feet straight forward, under the hips, bringing the bar down, shins vertical, back arch, then just driving the hips up. Breaking the bar over the hips again. So, again, anybody looking to build a booty or just work on that hip hinge pattern for sports, this is going to be two irreplaceable movements in your routines, and I really encourage you to start working on mastering them. So I'll give you a little something to play around with, and have a good one. Evan Strahl, Strahl Strength Systems.